Before I do start this video, the first thing that I do want to say is this. I don't know why Getafe like to embrace football in this manner, because if you guys were to have watched this game, you would understand where I'm coming from. I just don't believe that Getafe believes in their own football. I think that they're just there to purely fight and not play real football whatsoever. Barcelona came in with a clear game plan and they wanted to play football. They had a specific plan on how to move forward, but the only thing Getafe wanted to do was provoke FC Barcelona. Getafe from the very beginning, I would even say the first 45 minutes especially, was all about Getafe trying to provoke FC Barcelona by trying to get into their heads. I think that deep down, a lot of these players in Getafe know that they cannot individually defeat FC Barcelona. They cannot go on 1v1 defensive or offensive duels against Frankie, against Pedri, against Rafinha, against Ferran Torres, against Rashford, against Gerard Martin, whoever is there. Getafe know that. And that is why I do think that Bordalas just says, look, just give up, just don't play. When they do have the ball, try and tackle them. And if they fall down, scream in their faces, say something to them, let them lose their cool, let them get angry, and hopefully maybe they can get a red card or multiple yellow cards and we can defeat them in that way. That is their game plan. That is all they want to do. Getafe is a team that likes to go up against us physically and hurt us. But when we touch these players, they want to go onto the ground, they want to complain, they want to cry, they want to scream, they want to act like if they're 9-year-olds, which is insane. And trust me, they really do believe in what they're doing, which is insane. Like, for example, all of this is being taught. When I look at a player like Da Vinci, a player who came in on his debut, I think that this is his first debut season. He's only 17 years old, but him playing as a left back against FC Barcelona was a disgrace, right? He's a Spanish player, very young, very much within the realm of Yamal, Cubarsí, and all of those other youngsters in the Spanish national team. But this is a player that simply just likes to hurt the Barcelona players, play very dirty and not wanting to play nothing. And I'm like, dude, really? At the age of 17 years old, they have already taught you things like this? It's insane. All of this is being taught. These are things that are being transmitted to his ear and saying this is the only thing that you should be doing, not going out there trying to act like the best left back in the world by providing final third passes, assists, key passes, crosses, etc. So it's embarrassing. And I think that Getafe needs to be more accountable, more embracing on playing actual football, because you're also disrespecting the fans, you're disrespecting everybody that came to pay and to watch the game. Because if you're just going to come into this game and not play and just commit a lot of fouls, just complain on the ground and scream and cry, they did not come to the stadium, pay their whatever $45 to $80 or euros just to see you guys cry and fight. No, they came there to watch football. So more self-accountability, more self-respect, Getafe, please. We're tired of this ongoing problem that we have to face every season. But going back to FC Barcelona, right? Barcelona maintained their unbeaten start for the 2025-2026 season with a dominant 3-0 win over Getafe. Yes, it was dominant. Yes, Barcelona persevered. We knew how Getafe was going to embrace us and approach us with their anti-football, haram football, satanic football. But Barcelona said, no, we are too strong for that. We're not going to go and fall into this trap that you guys always like to do. We're going to come here, we're going to score goals and score as many as possible. Ferran Torres backed in a brilliant brace. So we have seen over the past 3 matches, Fermín López score a brace, Lewandowski score a brace, Rashford score a brace, Rafinha scored a brace, and now we do have Ferran Torres scoring a brace. Like, who's next? Who is going to be the next player that's going to come in and score 2 goals? It's insane what Hansi Flick has been able to do by transmitting maximum confidence to many of our players. I'm happy to see that this Barcelona team is definitely performing without Lamine Yamal. They're not using the absence of Yamal as an excuse to play poorly. I would tell you though that maybe part of the reason why Rafinha has been a little underwhelming in the past 2 matches is because Lamine Yamal is not there. If we want to get the best out of Rafinha, even though he just scored 2 goals in 1 game, but if we want to get the most consistent and the best Rafinha, Lamine Yamal has to be on the pitch, because Rafinha is a player who does rely on the right winger to be pinning multiple players on the right flank in order for him to occupy a lot of spaces on the left side. But without Lamine Yamal, Rafinha does not have that type of luxury. But going back to the game, right? Dani Olmo added a 3rd after coming off the bench. Keep in mind that I don't think Rafinha and Ferran Torres were supposed to be starting on the flanks together. The reason why they started is because Marcus Rashford was dropped to the bench before the game because he arrived to a team meeting very late. So Marcus Rashford was supposed to be starting on the left side with either Ferran or Rafinha on the right side. All in all, Barcelona were in control from start to finish. They showed composure, discipline against a typically aggressive and frustrating Getafe side. I'm happy to see that Hansi Flick has shown that once again there is no player above the rules at all. Like, you can have a great game and in the next game you're going to be facing disciplinary issues only because you came late. This is not the first time we have seen Hansi Flick show his authority over many of the players. We have seen Rafinha get benched because he came late, Jules Koundé also came late, Inaki Benny also came late, and they all faced similar punishments. And to be honest, this probably explains the reason why many of the players that we do see really perform for us, is because they all think that they have to do much more in order to really get the respect that they do want. Like, Hansi Flick is not out here saying, oh yeah, because you scored 2 goals last game, you're going to have all the minutes in the world in the next game, no matter what you do, no matter how you play, it does not matter. No, Hansi Flick says we're all equal here. No matter what, nobody is above the rules. And if you want results, if you want game time, show me first, and that will reward you. And if not, then you're going to have to sit on the bench. This type of approach is the same thing in regards to player performances. Like if you have a weak performance one game, he's going to bench you in the next one, and somebody else is going to take your spot just like that. Even if a player says, oh yeah, but no, Hansi Flick, I should not be benched in the next game because like 3 games ago I scored a hat-trick. It does not matter. Flick will either punish you or reward you accordingly. We could take another example, right? Ferran Torres. I think that moving forward, Ferran Torres should be starting over Lewandowski. I know Hansi Flick has no problem on doing this, and it's a huge deal because we have always said that we need a clinical number 9. We need a number 9 that can score a lot of goals, and because Ferran Torres has been reliable, because he has been scoring goals, he has been doing his job, Ferran Torres is going to be the one over Lewandowski just like that. Like in the next game against Real Oviedo and Real Sociedad, don't be surprised if Ferran Torres starts over Lewandowski. We don't see Lewandowski at all. If Ferran Torres is scoring, he's scoring, and you give him the minutes. He scored 2 goals against Getafe. He provided 1 assist in the previous match. He has shown positional intelligence, sharp movement, clinical finishing. If Ferran Torres continues in this way, it might even be bigger than Lewandowski, because Ferran Torres might actually be our future number 9 at Barcelona for the next upcoming years. It's a big deal because he's really good and he understands his teammates. So far, his career under Flick has been impressive. 23 goals in 51 appearances. That's more than he scored under Pep Guardiola. And at the age of 25 years old, with a very upward trajectory, it could save Barcelona millions in terms of finding a striker replacement. Ferran Torres said this after the match was over. I have always said I can be a starter at Barcelona. I can take advantage of every opportunity. So I'm glad to see that Ferran Torres is finding his groove. We're going to need his best when we do face teams like PSG and Real Madrid in October. Another thing that I do want to quickly talk about is the midfield. I have to shout out Pedri and Frankie again. This midfield duo is just majestic. It is amazing. The chemistry continues to grow, and they have shown this against Getafe. They dictated the tempo against Getafe just like they did versus Newcastle. They broke Getafe's press with a lot of ease, and they served as the platform for the attacking creativity. If they continue to stay injury-free, they will be the engine room for Flick's long-term vision. I'm talking about for this season and for the next one. The reason why Pedri is this good today is because in the past 2 seasons, he has not gotten injured. I expect the exact same thing to happen to Frankie De Jong. If Frankie De Jong can stay injury-free for the rest of this season, going into the following few years under Flick, these 2 players will be the engine. They will be the heart. So speaking about midfielders, I also want to speak about Fermín López. Many have been asking what happened to Fermín López. Is he injured? Is it serious? Look, bro, whatever it is, I just hope it's not that long. I hope that Fermín López goes through this injury and gets through as fast as possible. Ideally, I would like to hear like a 2-week break for Fermín López and nothing more. I saw him limping, and usually when I see players limping is because they actually tore their hamstring. But as of right now, we don't have any direct answers. Flick even stated after the match, we'll have to wait. He's been important for us. Rashford, Ferran, we need everybody available, which is true, right? A lot of important games are coming up very soon. So Barcelona sits in 2nd place in La Liga, just behind Real Madrid, unbeaten in all competitions. Our next match is going to be against Real Oviedo. Then we have Real Sociedad, and then lastly, PSG for the Champions League. Barcelona are looking much more focused, more structured, more dangerous with every match under Flick. And if we can improve our core, our depth in the attack, I believe that Barcelona is going to be okay. Now, the way that I do want to end this video, we're going to go on a full 360. And I think that a lot of you guys are going to be very happy with what I'm going to be announcing right now. Ansu Fati has announced himself at Monaco with a brace versus Metz. Yes, Ansu Fati. I don't know if you guys remember that player, but Ansu Fati is back. Ansu Fati is coming back with vengeance, with a bite. He's making waves in France and fast. This is ideally the best case scenario that we have been wanting to see, is for Ansu Fati to go on loan and to really provide results, to showcase that he can be a very dangerous winger or striker in football. In Monaco's 5-2 win over Metz in Ligue 1, Ansu Fati came off the bench and delivered 2 crucial goals. The first one came in 36 seconds after being subbed on and gave Monaco a 2-1 lead, and then scored on the 83rd minute and scored a header to restore the lead once again, making it 3-2. Both of these goals came through him becoming a hero. Fati delivered. That is 3 goals so far in his past 2 matches. He also scored a debut goal in a Champions League match versus Club Brugge, and now 2 goals in a League 1 match versus Metz. So he's settling, and he's settling finally after a very slow preseason. He's showing to be much sharper, hungrier, and this really does matter for FC Barcelona because Fati is still under contract at the club, and his performances in League 1 and the Champions League could really boost his market value. And if he continues in this way, scoring goals, maybe ending this season with Monaco with 25 plus goals and maybe 8 to 10 assists, he could re-enter Barcelona's plans for 2026. Yes, there is a optional purchase agreement with Monaco where Monaco can buy him for I think like 15 13 million euros or 12 million euros. But if he ends up being too good, maybe there could be an agreement between Barcelona, Ansu Fati, and Hansi Flick and have a plan moving forward. That would be amazing to hear that Ansu Fati is back. Like, we deserve to have a prime Ansu who can deliver us great results on the left while having Lamine Yamal as well and creating this dynasty. So I'm very excited, and I'm very much going to be following Ansu Fati's trajectory for the next couple of months, and I'll be talking about it here on this YouTube channel. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.